Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in today's video I want to talk about fragrance, because even though it feels like a normal part of your skincare and body care routine, you may not have ever questioned why it is there in the first place. Now, you might believe that a fragrance is something you need to smell fresh or to make your routine more enjoyable. But when you take a closer look, you start to realize that fragrance is not a necessity at all. It is something you were taught to rely on through marketing, habit, and the natural human preference for pleasant smell. So today I want to walk you through this in a very clear and logical way, and really from a skincare perspective. So let's start with why it feels so normal to have fragrance in your products in the first place. Now, most of you probably use fragrance skincare because it feels strange to use products that smell like nothing, and not because your skin actually needs it. And most of us learn early on that we should not smell like sweat, that we should not smell like skin, and that we should not smell like our normal environment. Instead, your lotion should smell like fruit, your cleanser like flowers, and your body like perfume. But that belief does not come from biology, it comes from advertising and habit. Brands teach us that a fragrance equals cleanliness, that fragrance equals luxury, and that fragrance equals being well groomed. And over time, these messages become so familiar that fragrance starts to feel essential. So you're not using fragrance skincare because your skin benefits from it. You are using it because you have become used to it, or because it makes the product feel nicer to use. And from a psychological perspective, that is completely understandable. But once you understand where those beliefs come from, the next question is, what does fragrance actually do in a formula? Now, fragrance has one main function. It adds a scent, or it masks the natural smell of the ingredients, because many formulas do not smell very pleasant on their own. And that's it. It does not cleanse your skin any better, it does not moisturize your skin any better, and it does not make a formula more effective. It only changes how the product feels to use, not how it works. And this is where it matters for your skin. Because a fragrance does not add any benefits, but it does add risks. Fragrance is one of the most common reasons people experience irritation or even allergic reactions from skincare, as it can cause a stinging, redness, itching or burning, and in some people it can contribute to a weakened skin barrier over time, because of the irritation and inflammation it creates. And once your barrier is compromised, your skin becomes more reactive and more inflamed. And this is where it can start to affect other concerns you might already be dealing with. Now, fragrance will not cause acne, but if you already struggle with acne or breakouts, fragrance can increase inflammation. And this can make your breakouts feel worse and makes it harder for your skin to calm down. And it's not only acne. Fragrance can also trigger things like dry, itchy skin, or skin that gets red very easily. And for some people, it can make other sensitive skin issues more noticeable, simply because it adds irritation to skin that's already reactive. And it doesn't stop there. Fragrance can even create new issues you did not have before, like rashes, allergic reactions, or general increase in sensitivity. This can make a product that used to feel gentle suddenly feel reactive on your skin. And what you may not realize, and what I also didn't know for a long time, is that this sensation often develops slowly. This means your skin can handle fragrance for years without showing any obvious problems, and then one day it suddenly reacts to something you have always used. So your skin has simply reached a point where it can't tolerate that ingredient anymore. And that's why a reaction can seem to come out of nowhere. Now I want to add one more point, because your skincare routine is not the only place where you encounter fragrance. You may also be using a fragrance body care, hair care, deodorant, makeup, laundry detergent, fabric softener, dish soap, cleaning sprays, hand soaps, candles, diffusers, air fresheners, and even scented trash bags. So your skin is not being exposed to a small amount of fragrance. It is being exposed throughout the entire day, through your face, your clothes, your towels, and your environment. And airborne fragrance, like from candles or diffusers, can even trigger reactions in people who are already sensitized. And this constant exposure increases the risk of irritation and makes it much harder to figure out what your skin is actually reacting to. So with all of this in mind, how do you actually know if fragrance is an issue for you? Now you might feel fine using fragrance products and assume that they are not affecting your skin. But both allergies and sensitivities often develop slowly. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it shows up as small breakouts, flakiness, tightness, or irritation you cannot quite explain. Or it may come from other irritants, which is why reducing fragrance makes it easier to understand what your skin is reacting to. And sometimes the signs are already there. Maybe your skin stinks easily, or your barrier feels compromised, or certain products always leave your skin uncomfortable. These can all be possible signs that your skin is reacting to fragrance somewhere in your routine. And even if your reactions are mild, removing fragrance gives you a clear picture of what your skin is doing because you removed a very common irritant from your routine. So taking everything together, here's the simplest way to look at it. Fragrance has no functional benefit for the skin. It does not make your cleanser any better, it does not make your toner, serum or moisturizers work any harder, and it does not improve your results. It only changes the sensory experience, and for many people it increases the risk of irritation, sensitivity or flare-ups. So if you enjoy using it and it feels fine, you can absolutely keep it where it brings you joy. But from a skincare perspective, there's no reason it needs to be in your routine. If you want more clarity, less irritation, or a calmer and more predictable routine, fragrance-free products make that possible and give your skin fewer things to react to. Now, I hope that this helped you understand this topic a bit better. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Happy skincaring!